Hey everyone, it's Matt here. Welcome back to another episode of Savant's Tech Talk. In recent years, blockchain technology and decentralized finance have seen a massive growth in research and development. It's been observed that decentralized finance will allow for the creation of a whole financial ecosystem without the need for intermediaries. This is because it allows money to be distributed cheaply and effectively around the world, it allows capital to be made more widely available, and identification paperwork to be safeguarded better. Not only that, but supply chains can be easily validated through blockchains, and financial contracts can be automatically executed. Because of this, blockchains and decentralized finance have demonstrated many potential applications in various sectors. With most of the limelight being centered around financial implications, such as optimizing institutions like hospitals or insurance companies, for example. However, their immutability, along with their financial implications, could also provide help towards another very important cause, and that's reducing poverty. In today's video, we'll look at how blockchain could possibly help to reduce poverty. As always, if you find this topic interesting, you can let us know by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel for more videos. You can also let us know if you find it interesting by saying so in the comments section down below. Now let's jump into it. First and foremost is property ownership. Developing countries often suffer from subpar record-keeping practices and unreliable registries that make it significantly more challenging to prove whether or not someone owns land or other properties. People in these countries also lack access to secure ledgers where important information can be recorded and stored. Being devoid of the means to properly verify deeds, the destitute have no access to purchase and sell their lands, to loans, and other financial means to improve their situations. They're left with few options other than to rely on intermediaries to manage their documents. And this leaves their property records exposed to vulnerabilities that include errors being made while recording, deliberate tampering, or the loss of data due to the damage. All of this makes it very compelling as to why not having access to legal land ownership can be a consequential reason why poverty prevails in developing countries. Blockchains keep track of information in the form of a public ledger that's shared amongst all devices connected to a network. These distributive qualities are the reason why blockchains are immutable. It's extremely difficult to tamper with the information that's recorded in the ledger. So blockchains have the potential to address property ownership concerns in developing countries. Since it's practically impossible to tamper with the information that's recorded, blockchains can be an imperative means to protect the rights of owners while offering other solutions. These include making it simple to resolve any disputes that may arise, eliminating cheating, and ensuring proper ownership transfers following transactions. Financial inclusivity. Blockchain technology can also be used to build credit and enables anyone with a smartphone to open an account and conduct financial transactions, which allows for greater financial inclusivity and lays the path for more secure futures. This also accounts for other problems that plague developing countries, including a lack of identity. The World Bank's Financial Global Index estimates that almost a quarter of the world's population suffers from a lack of access to financial services. This problem can be solved by creating a digital identity that's powered by blockchain technology. These identities would be used by anyone who doesn't have valid identification and would be used everywhere in the world, giving disadvantaged people access to financial services and transactions. Also, smart contracts can aid in verification processes used for obtaining the required services in a completely autonomous way. So these people wouldn't have to rely on higher authorities to validate their information in order to complete transactions. In contrast to traditional banking, DeFi has low transaction fees and high transmission rates. This also means that the cost of sending remittances is lower. In 2019, it was calculated that workers contributed more than $554 billion in remittances to low and middle income nations. For a long time, workers living abroad have had to pay high fees for sending remittances to their home countries. High fees have not only been a cause of frustration for these workers, but also for the global development community. It's been estimated that almost $30 billion in remittances are lost to high fees every year. The World Bank estimates that if the cost of sending remittances can be reduced by 5 percentage points relative to the value sent, then remittance recipients in developing countries would receive over $16 billion more each year than they do now. And that's exactly why the UN Sustainable Development Goals want to reduce the total remittance cost by 3% by 2030. Compared to current financial institutions, the DeFi applications that have recently launched charge less than 1% in transaction fees. Not only that, but they have faster throughput and are available 24/7. However, lowering remittance fees is just one of the many solutions that DeFi has to offer to current problems. For example, it can make cheap loans more accessible in places that are devoid of them. And this would provide the funds required for small and medium-sized businesses to grow and prosper, and resulting in greater economic gains for developing countries. Currently, in some African countries, once businesses have fulfilled the criteria for loan acquirement, they have to pay interest rates that can be as high as 20% or even more. And they don't have any option but to opt for these kinds of loans because they lack access to better alternatives. Through DeFi platforms, anyone, anywhere on the globe can give a loan, and smart contracts can be used to automate processes where conditions can be automatically executed without the need for intermediaries. In the future, blockchain-based initiatives could be able to assist individuals and governments in a variety of ways. Around 1.5 billion individuals, or 20% of the world's population, do not have any documentation that may be used to prove their identity. And this limits their capacity to utilize banks and can also prevent them from exercising essential human rights. This could include voting, receiving healthcare, educational access, and traveling. Blockchains could become the sole means for these individuals to confirm their identities. So blockchains could open up many opportunities for these individuals and developing countries to experience a better standard of living. So there we have it, a look at how blockchain could potentially help to reduce poverty. Once again, if you found this video interesting, don't forget to let us know by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.